Hey guys and girls, my name is Snowy. Welcome to part 22 of the final city here in Cities Skylines. Now what you're looking at here is the farm that I built in the last episode, and including also these adjusted roads and whatnot, and also a little bit of more expansion here in this pedestrianized area. It's a slow process. I said to you guys, well, I let the game run for a while, maybe we'll spawn a little bit more residential demand, but so far it has been a slow process. Maybe because this area is pretty big. Now as you can see, this area did change a little bit because I added a few items here and there, you know, a little bit of water front over here, a little bit more forest, and also a few more buildings. And as you can see, if we get out of this view right now, we can see that this thing is running actually pretty neat. If we click this building, we click on industry area info, we are making a profit. We are not importing anything. We have enough flour, we have enough animal products, and you know, that goes all the way to these warehouses over here, which are like nicely chucked, you know, animal products, flour, and they will be brought to these 4 bakeries over here, which all run at full capacity. So this one, this one, this one, and this one, and they bring it to this warehouse where the unique factories are being distributed to everywhere in the map where possible. Great. Now I did some home decoration on the map, and that's on this side. I kind of landscaped a little bit and put some roads straight because you know, those roads were like literally going all over the place, and I thought like, nah, I don't want that. Okay, aside from that, we're going to look into this area because look at this highway. This highway is running that way, and which was okay, but before that this road was actually connected to the highway. So in essence, this entire area, it cannot even get onto the highway, you know, it has to, where does it even have to go? It has to go all the way down here to this roundabout here, maybe entering this cloverleaf over, no, not cloverleaf, this turbo interchange over here, or maybe get onto the roundabout here through this trumpet, or maybe here, and it's not ideal. So I was thinking about what can we do here. We can just take, you know, these 6-lane roads and connect them up here, and then somehow make a connection here. So this road can just go into the distance that way somewhere. What else? Anything. That is an idea that I also have. Now, also I was thinking about why not show you guys a little bit about the detailing aspect, you know, what I often do in time lapses and whatnot, and how you can actually make details and how you can use the move it mod in combination with some options here in the road tools like the snap tools and the collision of and etc. I mean, there are all kinds of ways to do so. But before we do that, I want to do something about this connection. We are going to connect this road, we are going to make a roundabout here, and this will be connected to this highway. Yes. So the first we do is grabbing this road. Click, we are grabbing it and we're pulling it towards here by a 20. That's the first. Now this highway is sitting pretty high. Okay, I want to be this highway at a level of 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking this option, I still have this road, and I bring it up to a 12, like that. And now we have like a road that is sitting at a height of 12. Why? Because I can use the move it mod now to select, let's say, these 2 nodes and align them with this. Boink! And that we will do the same over here. Not here, but these 2 nodes, 1 and 2. Am I holding the shift key? Yeah. We press Ctrl H. And we align that with that part. Now we have 2 sunken areas there and there. The only thing we now need to do is just make a, slope mode from between both areas. So between here and there, and that will then bring them down all the way to 12. We also do the other side as well, from there to there. Perfect. Now they are at 12. And then from here we bring it to here, so it slopes nicely from there to there, slopes nicely. And then we do the same here as well. From there, come on, from there to there. And from there to there. Oh yeah, this is something here that I remember. Oh no, that's the note from that train line, yes. I vaguely remember that I put somewhere 2 nodes pretty close to each other, but I don't know where anymore, but we will figure that out. So, with this road now, this highway sitting at a comfortable 12 height, we can make our on and off ramps towards this thing. Yes, we can do that. So we take this road now and we make it go to the ground first, and then we take a set distance from this highway. So let's say roughly a 10. And bring it to the ground also. That's an 11. This is like a 10. Okay, so we're taking it from here. And let me guess the bend. I think we can make a bend roughly here. So this will be a 7 by a 7. Perfect. Here we do the same thing. You know, we're taking a distance of 10, which is here, and we bring that over to there. Right. Perfect. Now we are going to connect this up to the highway. Seems a little bit far away, if you ask me. You know, if to make an off ramp here, maybe I take it 4 closer, or 3, 4. Yeah, let's try 4. 4. Yeah. Okay. In order to make this work, I'm just going to use a regular 2-lane road, and then later we update it to a an off ramp. So we take the bend option, which is here. Now it starts getting up from here. Okay, how long do we want to make this? Like 3 nodes long? Is that doable from here? So what would that be? A 9 by a 9. And then from here to there. Don't worry about the slopes. We will handle that in a moment. So here we do the same thing. A 9 by a 9. And then from there to there. Nice. And also here a 9. No, wait. Just a sec. Oh, just a sec. What's the distance here? Between there and there. It's 16. Okay, 16 it is. 16 there. 16 there. And then in principle we can apply again a 9 by 9. So we do a 9. And this is a 9 by a 9. Yes, also here we do a 9 by a 9. 9. It's kind of weird, you know, why this appears to be an 8. Okay. Let's upgrade this to an elevated road first. And also this. Yeah. And now we're going to use the highway segments in order to make this work. So from there, there, and there. There, there, and there. There, there, and there. There, there, and there. And then the last piece we just apply the 1-laner. There, there. There, there, and there. Okay, let's flip this around. You go there, 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 and there. Flip this around. There, 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 and there. Yeah, you go there. So this is fine. This is running fine. Yeah, that's not bad. So we need this to go underneath it to there. Perfect. Now let's do some sloping things around here. For example, we take this thing and we go from there to there. From there to there. From there to there. And actually I forgot to deselect this one. Oopsie. Okay, let me redo this. So we select this node and we align it with that one. So down you go, and we do this again. From there to there. And from there to there. Great. So now we do the lanes over here, because we're going to select this thing and we say like, oh, nobody takes a, you know, nobody goes straight on, just left or right. Here the same, left or right. Right. Now we do some lane mathematics. We select this road and then we upgrade or downgrade this piece for proper lane mathematics. Here we go. Let's use those lane connectors. So you go there, you go there, you stay there, you stay there. Here it's like pick your lane and advance. Here also stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Here also, you know, when you come here, pick your lane, you know, and then everything is fine. Here we do the same thing, and you know, on this overpass it's like nobody needs to switch lanes. I mean, it's not necessary. They can just stay in their lane, prevent unnecessary transfer from lane to lane, because it's simply not needed. Simply not needed. Okay, so here you go there. Yeah, that's okay. And I think we have a winner. Yeah. Now, let me check this out, because let's say somebody goes to the left. Yeah. I don't think there's a node in between here. I am not sure. Oh, there is a node. Ah, okay. That means like we can use lane connectors on these things, because we can say you go there, and then you will go there. 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 You go there. And you go there. And with the junction restriction we say like, okay, these ones have priority and we don't have any crossings here, you know, that make our life miserable. Great. Here we do the same thing. Great. Now, the last thing we can do is to make sure that these bends are not so harsh, is using the node controller and say like, okay, we are going to increase the width of this stuff a little bit to, let's say, 24. Also here, bring it up to a 24. Yeah. So I think that works pretty nice. Great. Okay, now I said that I wanted to apply a roundabout here. Is it needed or not? I think so. But let's delete all this stuff. You can go. We dezone this stuff as well. No, go away. And we apply a roundabout. So, how large is the other one? This one. It's the same. Okay, perfect. Put you there. And I'm grabbing this road, which is actually a 4-lane road, which actually also does the trick pretty well. So we are upgrading this to a 4-lane road, like that. And then we apply some traffic yield signs, so Ctrl Shift and click. We increase the speed to 50. You know, we know the drill. And we say basically here, like, we have 3 lanes we can enter, so we also allow these 2 lanes to make a right turn. That avoids traffic going from the inner lane to go all the way to the outer lane. You don't want that. So this allows traffic to stay mostly in their lanes and then take the, you know, take the ramp off. Well, seems to be perfect this. So yeah, we have now this working junction going on. Traffic can now enter here, and that's pretty nice. Okay, so now about a little bit about, you know, terraining and stuff. Now terraining is something, you know, making things beautiful. Okay, before we actually do that, I need to create a little bit of space around it. So first of all, we make this road longer. Now the issue is we don't have that much you know, demand, but what we can do is create a combination of like residential and a little bit of you know, pleasure stuff. So we take this road, yes, let's take that road, and we make it go from here to there by, okay, it runs up there, so to 40. I think that's enough. Yeah, 40 it is. And then from here we can make a road going that way. Let's say do a 50. 50. Okay. I also have that lump over there, so okay, we need to you know, this never stops, right? Eventually it's like, you know, you always flatten out the area anyway, because you don't want to build on crappy land. Okay, so often when you want to make things look nice, you know, you apply parks and all kinds of decorations and whatnot. But let's just see what we can make here. You know, let's just use a 20 that goes in there. We can make a pedestrian bridge over here, bring that up to there. Okay, now let's see what we can put here. First of all, we need something that people are attracted to. So we are diving into the unique buildings and let's find something that would attract people. We go to one of these. Now this thing, the Theater of Wonders, has a visitor capacity of 450 and only a noise pollution of 25. So this is definitely a thing that would, you know, draw people in, and we can utilize this. So what I'm going to do is place it first here. No, I place it first here, temporary, and I'm going to make like a sort of a placeholder road. 1 U big, and that will be then, which road would we take? This one, yeah. We bring this up by 5, 10 and 5. Now we have our sort of placeholder road, and now we're going to move this thing and we put it. Now as you can see, it will not go sit in the middle, but for that we have the move it mod. And we can do two things. We can move this thing in the middle, or we can just make sure that this road is actually fitting. And I'm choosing for the latter. Although it might disturb the zoning, although the zoning is already disturbed, so okay, that's fine. So what I'm doing here is I'm selecting this node and that node, and I move this to the side, and I eyeball a little bit where I think this thing would go. So I'm grabbing this thing and I'm sticking it to the middle. Now look at that. That fits perfectly, doesn't it? Yeah, fits perfectly. Okay, now we're going to remove a few trees, because trees we can always put in later, because we don't want to mess around with trees at the moment. Can always done later. Okay, whoever wants to go here needs a parking space. So we are going to take this road and let's see what we can do with it. Now I want to, let's see, bring it there. We can even, no, I'm not going to connect it up to there, but bring it as close as possible. We can do the same here. There's like a 2 and then bring it up to there. Now if I would bring this road closer, then we would have like an issue with this node. So maybe, just maybe, if I delete this and take this road, and we are coming from the center area like this, then we can monkey around a little bit with that road. So here we're taking this road and that road, and then we close it in against the theater. Here we do the same. And now we have like options for parking. So that's where it starts, you know, with a big parking lot there and there. Now, as you remember, in this game I have parking AI turned on, so that's you know, that's something to take into account. Otherwise, you know, these roads do not support parking. Okay then, so what else can we do? Now there are multiple things you can do. You can put like canals, you can put like water, you can put like a park or whatever, but you can also just make decorations. For example, okay, let's start with a fence. For example, a simple fence like the park fence. Now if you want to place that close to the road, you see already like all this, you know, this messing around going on. you cannot really attach it there. Now there's a way to do it. If you have the network anarchy mod, then you also have like the snap tool option, so you can turn that off, for example, and then everything, or including the angles, the road link, the grid, the guidelines, and then you can just start on the edge here and bring this over to there. And you can ignore if it turns blue, because this fence will just go over it. You see? Now we are going to make a nice area of this. We are just focusing on that. So here we bring it to there, and then from here, you know what, we bring it even up to there, where it goes behind those parking lots, like that. And then here, and then here we bring it. Let's see what we can do here behind that. Okay, so here we have to question ourselves, what do we want to do? We bring it up to, let's say, there. We can make a path here. Now why a path? So people can also walk from that side into this place. So I'm just taking this simple path, and because I don't have the snaps on, now I can just easily place it there. Also here we do the same thing, and we have a little bit of a edge over here, you know, that is like, yeah, we can do something with it. We can fill it with trees, for example. Now let's get back to our fence. Now we have the fence here. I have the picker mod. The picker mod, you know, I can activate it by pressing T. I have pressed T now, and it lights now up. If I select it, then the game automatically picks this fence for me, so I don't have to search it in the menu. Now let's do the rest. Let's do this, and we bring it all the way to there, and then we bring it all the way up to there, and here we go. We have like a fenced off area which we can now decorate. We can put all kinds of stuff in there. For example, we want to place trees, but we want to place the trees in what is called a planter. A planter is sort of a circular shaped holder where you can put in trees, like these things, you see? So we select the planter, let's put the brush size to single, but we want these things to be at the same distance and nice in a straight line. So we select here the line, straight line, and we make this go from there to, let's say, there. Is that okay? Right? Put it down. Okay. Now you want to place a tree in there. Okay, a tree. We are going to a tree. What kind of tree? Now this is totally up to you what you want. You can select any tree you like, and you might notice that it's not always easy to actually place a tree into a planter. You see it says like space already occupied. You might say like, yeah, how is that possible? You have like anarchy enabled. You see that? Anarchy is enabled. How can you work around this? Well, there are two ways. I do always a combination. You see in this elevations tab you have the menu called toggle collision. First you turn that off, right? Then you select the tree you want. Now let's put a few trees here and then make a selection. This one, or that one, or let's see, what do we have more? Or maybe this one, which is probably too big. That one is probably too small. That one. I mean, you have all kinds of trees here, and that's totally up to you. Now, what do I think would fit best here? I would say maybe this yellow one. No, that's way too big. So I'm doubting a little bit between, let's say, this long one or this yellow one. But since this building is pretty large, I think I will go for this one. So you grab the move it mod, and then you select this tree, and then you copy it. You know, copy. Now by copying it, you can basically place it everywhere because you have collision turned off. You see, you can actually place it everywhere. So you can easily plant it here in the middle, in the middle. And that's the last one, and so we have all these trees now in a planter. Okay, Now we want maybe also some bushes in a row, so we can do also that. We select something bushy, and let's see what is. Oh, that's too big. Yeah, maybe something like this. Yeah, so we can select then also again the line tool, and then we can create this from there to there. Now you see there's a lot of space in between. You can here adjust, you know, spacing. So let's say we decrease the spacing to, let's say, 4.9. As you can see, now they're much closer to each other. And boom, there you have it. Now, also a rock. We never mind having a rock around here while I'm facing a mosquito. So we select like this rock over here. We select just a single mode. And you know what, we place that rock over there, and these rocks are also be, you know, you can place them into each other. Doesn't really matter, it works like that. So we place a rock here, we place a rock there. We can maybe even place a bigger rock. This is a pretty big rock, but I think it will fit in here. The vegetation of this rock will stay inside the blue area, so it's not covering any tree. And gradually we are getting there. Now this is the vegetation part, so we can select, for example, these things, and we can put them around there, these or maybe these, around the rocks, like that. You see? Create sort of a little bit of a thing. Remember, I still have collision turned off. That's the reason why I can just go in between these rocks. You can put anything in anything. That's the whole thing. So we can select maybe this thing. So to change a little bit with the color, also here and here. Yeah. So what else can we do? For example, well, let me make this fence, you know, also on the other side. So I do this in a short hyperlapse. I'll be right back. And voila, we have our fence now also here around this area, so maybe we can add something in here. Now, you know, this is completely up to you what you want to add, because I think that decoration is very personal, and it's also not that easy to do so. There are many things you can use for decoration. It's like, you know, the possibilities are practically endless. If you use, for example, props, you can use props for anything. You know, if you want to place a police car in here, say like, okay, he's on guard. Okay, you are on guard, right? So that works. You can also place random cars if you think like, yeah, this stuff could use a little bit of, you know, decorating. You know, people are maybe working here. You know, let's say these guys are working here. Fine, you know, we place then a car there. We take another car, put it there. Another car there. This one has to turn the car backwards. You know, why not? And it's all possible. Like so. You know, that's just for the sake of it. You know, that it looks more populated, this area. So, okay. Now we can also add a little bit of water. Now, water is a thing that is like, is it difficult? No, it's not really difficult. Because landscaping allows you to do so. So you select landscaping, you select level terrain, you make a brush size that is roughly the size you want it. Now, how to figure this out? First of all, you click with the right mouse button. Right mouse button over here. Then you see a value over here. The only thing you need to do is make this value a little bit lower. So I can say, for example, here, I turn this into 62. Okay, so you lowered it down to 62, and if you then press the mouse button here, you notice you will create a ditch. Okay, so you create a ditch, so you can also put a canal here, but the little issue with canals is that you cannot really place a water source easy into them. So what we are going to do is placing this just around this area, like so. And then also here, all the way up to there. The road itself, the roads, they function like a sort of, well, barrier, you know, because I'm using this terrain button, it will not lower the road if I lower this area. So I can just say like, okay, we're doing it like this. Something like that, and don't make it all too straight actually. Make sure that you vary a little bit with water. So for example, make this little cove here. Maybe with a teeny beeny island over there to make it more interesting. Something like that. Also here, just a little, it does not need to be perfectly straight. So, that's working out great. Now, we don't want any trees in our border, so we select the tree brush and we should deselect the trees. Don't accidentally deselect these ones. And now we are coming down to the water source. Now this is interesting because not many people know this. The water source, you can make it this big, but you can also make it very small to 0.01. What people don't know is that you can also turn it into 0.005. It does not show here, but it makes it smaller. Now this thing, you can just put it in the middle here. You might pause the game, so you have the option of lowering this to the level you want it. That is roughly say here, and then let it just run. Right? Okay, now let's wait for a moment and then also remove the remaining shrubs over here, trees that are in the way, and here we go. Now let the water do its thing. Aside the water we can plant some other shrubs and things, these kind of things. And what would fit best here? Maybe not this stuff, but some form of reed, mixed grass cluster. Could be. Let's see, how does it look like? It's something you have to just, based on how it looks, you have to guess. Wild bush. So what fits the best in the area of water? Maybe something of this stuff. Weeds. Cannot build on water. That's also an interesting thing. Cannot build on water, it says. But if you place this over here, and you select the movement mod again, and then you select this thing, and then you copy it. Copy. Check this out. Hey, it does want to fit on the water. Is this the right item? Well, if you ask me, no, it's not. Definitely not. You know what? We're going to look for it. We're going to search for it. We're going to search for, what is this stuff called? Reed? Or reed? I'm not English. I don't know. It's a reed. That stuff that is on the side. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait a second. Ditch grass. Lantea. Young linden. What if I select tree? Let's see what it gives. So probably this is not the proper word. How is reed spelled, guys? Help me out. Reed? No. Reed. Reed. Is it even called reed? Bushes, bushes. Let's say low. The word low might help also in this case. Mixed grass cluster. Garden cover blue. Garden cover. Maybe something with called river. We are getting there. Long grass brown. Yeah, long grass for wild areas, rivers and fields. I think I like this thing. And you cannot build on water. Sure we can. Use the move it mod and select it and then copy it. And then you can just plant away. Although, still don't like this one. How's this one? Let me compare a few clusters. Low poly. Very small, the low poly, but okay, we select the movement mod, select this one, and then we copy this one, and let's try this out. It's not that bad. It will go partially into the water, which is fine. You know, you have to do this kind of loosely around here. You know, because you are using very long straight edges, you can also say use the move it mod and select the whole bunch, all of these things all at once, and then copy that whole area. Look, then it's easier to plant these things down like so and like so. And you know, you can even increase the density of it by placing just more of these things, and they don't mind being placed. Zoop. How about here? Yep, we can always delete the excessive amount. No problems there. Now we can place them here also. The whole bunch. That's sort of working. Now let's select this somewhat shorter edge so we can do the, you know, the bends a little bit better. So we copy that and we just point it down wherever we want to be pointed down. The real way of how you're making your area look nice is, you know, it's up to you. That's a total up to you. Okay, let's get out of this area and then delete this one because it's on the road. Something like that, and then we pick this thing, we copy it, put that a little bit around here, close to the road. It's kind of overlapping the other part a little bit, so let's put this aside. And now we are selecting another tree. Let's say we grab a young linden, which is always a nice tree, and we put that over here all the way there. And it's a little bit too close to each other, so we are going to increase the spacing 7.8 to there. And it does not place them everywhere. That's because there is stuff in the way. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky. You still can do it by hand. Cannot build on water, he says. Yeah, okay, that's the reason. So okay, in that case we do it again. We are selecting it, selecting the young linden, we are copying it, and then we use the, do we have the line tool available? I don't think so when using the move it mod. So okay, this is something then you have to do manual. You know what, if you do it manual, it's also looking more natural in most cases than, you know, a perfect straight line. So here we have a few of those trees, but here we can plant those things manual. So let me continue this to the end over here, like that. We're sort of getting there, but I believe maybe the water edge can be a little bit higher. So we are going to the water source and we increase the height a little bit, like that. So that will fill up now. Now this has also a big effect on the land value, because if we check out the land value here, which is this thing, look, water edges, trees, it makes the land value great. Yeah. So what else can we do? I mean, there are more things that you can do. Well, yeah, you can do a lot of things, you know, with trees and rocks and whatnot. I mean, I can put like bigger trees around here, for example. So let's say we want a bigger tree, maybe this one. Nope, nope. This one, no. Something bigger. This one, no, it's not big. Something that also fits, of course. I mean, you don't want to place a Christmas tree in there. I kind of like this tree, so we place it around these rocks. Gives a nice shadow edge. We put one there, put one there. And because we still have collision turn off, you can even place these things, you know, in the middle of a rock if you want to. I'm placing these just here on the corners, so makes it look nicer. Now remember this little strip over here, we can put like there some very small bushes that are like nice and colorful. I think, where is the red one? These one, you know, the red flowers. We take this option and let's see if we can make something work here. We can. We decrease the spacing even a slight bit more. Yeah, that's perfect. Something like that. It's not bad. I mean, those bushes are a little bit on the small side, but to make sure that nobody sort of secretly goes into the back here, we are just going to place a fence. Yeah, this also is a little bit tricky because it's being addressed from this side, but it's okay. We can take this and now you see that it snaps right to there. It wants to snap to that node. If you want to avoid that, you go to the elevation step and you turn off this option, toggle node snapping, and it will still wants to snap to it, but less. So now you can put this over there without issues, and from here we bring it over to here, and this a little bit up like that, and that will work out fine. I still believe that we can insert a few more trees here, you know, a few more bushes. So let's see what we have. We have like, these are the red ones, but we also have like the orange ones, and we can do the same thing, but then we start here in this middle section. The orange one does really look like the red ones. Now the white ones, they stick out a little bit more. Maybe even the yellow ones. Let's see. No, this one. How about these? I think the white ones, they stick out most. Yeah, so we can bring it over to here as well. And say like kaboom. Well, that looks nice, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's enter a few more stuff around here. Maybe more pebbles. A pebble here, a pebble there, a pebble here, a pebble there. Maybe another one there. Maybe some pebble buried by the other one. And that's how you can practically build your entire area. That's a little bit too big. Something like that. Here as well. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it, guys and girls. So okay, so we can now look at the sound map. This thing does make a little bit of noise. So what can we plant more here? Something, a hotel thingy, or something that is, let's see, what does attract more? So we have this modern art museum. It does fit nicely. So if we point it here, then we can grab this parking lot, pressing T, grabbing it, and then put like this parking lot. Well, does not want to go over there, but I can make it go over there. You can also turn these things on again for the sake of it. We can even leave this stuff. We can even say like, okay, you know what, we're just going to plant a fence around here, just on this area. So we're going just there, and then up to there. And that whole area between the fences, it serves no real purpose aside from just being looking nice. Boink. Put like some bush thing under it. You can see I turn collision on again. Huh? It's like already saying like, you cannot do it. So you turn that off again. You select your bush, and now it fits under there without any issues. Let's see, what can we do more? So what kind of trees do we have we can insert here? That's too small. That's too small. Those are kind of nice, so we put one there, one there, one there, and one there. Yeah, not bad. I don't think that's bad. Okay.
Hi, I'm Greg, owner and founder.
Now we can also make, for example, a path connection. For example, we use this path and we are going from here to there. So people can actually walk that place. Now, another thing I want you to know is about the snap to function. For example, if you're laying paths like this using the bend tool, you often see something, you know, when you want to hook it onto there, this kind of stuff. It's like jumping from place to place. Okay, if you turn this off, then you really have all the freedom where you want to place things, like that, see? You can also use this to elevate, for example, page it up, you see, like that. Now a golden rule, if you want to make a bend, always make the total length 12. So for example, a 4 would then combine with an 8. And then bring it up to a 12, like this, and you have like the perfect elevation, you see? You can also do this by a 6 by a 6, like so, and then also bring this up to 12. A little bit back, something like that, you see? But the nice thing about turning the snaps off is like that you are allowed to move so freely, like that. You can go anywhere, everywhere. It does not snap and whatnot. You can just go over there and that. And your own fantasy is the limit. What you want to make. You see? So that's something, yeah, that can work in your favor. So let me delete this stuff. Here we go. And yeah, that's basically my telling about sort of how to make an area look nice. I mean, there are several ways. You can use water, you can use stones, you can bushes, vegetation, fences, props. You can find enough of those things on the Steam Workshop. You know, the props, and you can place them anywhere. So if I just look again into props, by the way, prop, delete this. So you can just scroll through your props and think like, you know, what would be useful, for example. Maybe, you know, an advertising pylon. You could say like, yeah, why not? You know, you can put it like straight here on the edge. Poink. You have an advertising pylon. And that's the nice thing about props. So guys and girls, I leave it at that at this episode 22. I mean, not that we did too much. I mean, we only built this intersection over here. And including this little landscape over there. But we still have like a whole pedestrian area to fill up. And also what this city still needs is a forestry area. Because if we look at our money situation, then we have a little specialized zone area for forestry, but not much else. Also ore seems to be... don't we have an ore mine? To be honest, I don't know. I don't think so. We have like oil over here. We have some farm over here. There's also a little farm over here. Yeah, I don't think we have ore either. Okay. So we need both ore and forestry, yeah. So we have to think about that, where we want to, you know, plant the forestry area and also the ore area. Okay, maybe this area we can utilize for it, because I created this piece of water, so we can add shipping lanes here, and yeah, we have an extra outside connection. Yeah. So. Nice, isn't it? You know, parallel to each other, going under there. Yeah, yeah. What you can do with a little bit of time, you know, time and effort. looks pretty nice, at least in my opinion. And at the edge of the map, all these cargo train lines, you know, I always split them at the edge of the map. This way, with the one-way tracks, you prevent issues on trains. And this one is just a passenger train. Look, this is a cargo train. Cargo up to Canville. He's exporting stuff, so he's earning me cash money moolah. Yeah, that's it. Okay, this time no before and after, because I did not felt it was necessary for just this thing. And yeah, I would say like up until episode 23, you guys and girls, and hit the like, subscribe and bell icon, and yeah, for the next episodes, and we see you guys there again. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, see you. Bye bye.